Now, I will just say this now, this part isn't really all that eventful. Mainly just consists of getting Telchu some extra kills so I can promote her, saving the last of the villagers, and clearing out the guards of Langobalt's castle. But we won't start attacking him just yet. Anyway, one or two more fights in the arena and she's ready to promote. Which really isn't actually going to help me all that much, but I just like to do it just for the satisfaction of it. And I'm wanting to get Lex over to the castle just because he has a special conversation with Langobalt, obviously, and I want to show it. Gotta be a bit careful of those ballistas. I mean, to most of your good characters, they're not even nearly a threat. But I want to keep Fury back just in case. Hopefully we can rush those generals and get rid of them in one turn. And let's just heal 1 HP for cheap experience. Anyway, as this part isn't all that eventful, I thought I'd just, share a couple of impressions on, well, basically, one of the main reasons I haven't, uploaded much recently is because I've been checking out all of the that's been coming in on Heroes of Light and Shadow, which has recently just been released in Japan, and I must say, I'm pretty impressed. Like, I know a lot of people were a bit annoyed that the next game revealed was a remake, and I was a bit annoyed too, as you'll can no doubt remember when I said my impressions on that back in Chapter 4. But now that I've seen all these new details, I actually think they really must have listened to a lot of fan feedback. Yeah, that village conversation there actually being probably the most significant in this chapter. Anyway, like I was saying, they seem to have definitely listened to a lot of fan feedback, because most of the things they've improved on greatly were the things a lot of people really hated about Shadow Dragon. They've removed the incredibly stupid side quest requirements from Shadow Dragon, so you no longer have to kill off people to get the side quest chapters. They also seem to follow their own unique subplot, featuring a set of recurring bosses that weren't in the original game, which I find quite interesting. And not only that, they've added a whole host of extra characters. There's 77 playable characters in total, which is even more than Radiant Dawn. And there seems to be a lot more dialogue and character development than the original had. In fact, this isn't entirely 100% confirmed, but it's pretty much 99%. Support conversations do seem to be back. Like the kind that were in Path of Radiance, where you do it at the base. And back to this game, here's Langobalt, and compared to a lot of the previous bosses, he is by no means a pushover. Very good stats, and a legendary weapon. Yes, bosses actually do have legendary weapons in this game sometimes. The significant ones definitely do. He has one that gives him an insane plus 20 defense and plus 10 resistance. Still, his resistance is the lower of his defensive stats. So, Levin pretty much annihilates him, but I prefer to use Sigurd because, well, it's more fun and, you know, really what should happen in terms of the story. Now, I hope this guy doesn't activate Great Shield like the last one. Of course he did. Ah. Alright, this one really has to die. If this guy double Great Shields, I'm going to be really, really pissed off. Come on. Alright, at least we killed one of them. Yes, they do have hero axes, so attacking them from range is probably a bit safer. Still, it's not like they're going to be doing all that much to you, because on average they'll probably only hit with one of the two attacks. Yeah, that was a facepalm moment, pretty much, because Ira could have been in dancer range, but I just moved her one space out of it. Always good to check Sylvia's range before you move your other characters. Anyway, those generals need to die next turn. Only because they're really starting to annoy me. And you might have noticed there that Fury can't actually fly into the area past that cliff until you've defeated the boss here. Just gotta be a bit careful in case those ballistas. That's why I'm not really moving Edain any further forward. They probably do quite a lot of damage to her. But not quite as much as, well, when I was playing Shadow Dragon recently, I found out that the ballistas in the final chapter one-hit kill level 20 Lena. That was really painfully frustrating. Thankfully, these ballistas would probably only two-hit kill Edain. But that's still pretty bad, considering that she's our only good healer, which means that she can't heal herself, so... yeah, might as well just break it to get it over and done with. And then fix it up later. Well, perhaps they are, unless we do something about it. Now, these generals have got to die. There we go. Now, I would like a Luna here, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, I didn't get to all that much, but if there are any more slightly boring parts, I might try and talk more about my impressions on this new game that's come out. I've ordered an import copy of it, and I'll probably be getting it soon-ish, so... will be interesting to play it. And as usual, none of those ballistas hit anything.